Oh, the land of Singapore. If you look at charts and things on economic growth and GDP, Singapore is always up there. But have you ever wondered why? Why is Singapore so rich? How? How are they not with Malaysia? Well, it's a very complicated story. Singapore, after World War II, like many other places, was under Japanese control. And after the surrender of Japan in 1945, Singapore went to a state of distress and violence until the British retook them, which left a change in the eyes of Singaporeans. In the mid to late 1940s, the economy began to recover by the growing demand of tin and rubber around the world. In the 1950s, Malaya would fight an independence war, and they would win. For many years afterwards, Malaya would have control over Singapore. The PAP, or People's Action Party in Singapore, believed that their future lay within Malaya, because of the strong tie between the two. And the ruling party of Malaya, the UMNO, was very anti-communist and supported the non-communist PAP. Initially, the idea of a merger was questionable to the Malay government, but they became supportive after the fear of a communist takeover. In 1961, the country of Malaysia was proposed. The leader of Malaya at the time thought the combined population of Borneo could balance the Singaporean Chinese population, making it less of a communist haven. In 1963, Malaysia was formed under the terms of the Malaysia Agreement, but Indonesia did not support the creation of Malaysia, and a war that would ensue for 3 years would begin. And during the war, a bomb would blow up in the McDonald House in Singapore. Even after the merger, Malaysian officials and Singaporean officials would disagree on many things, including trade. Singapore would face restrictions due to trading with the rest of Malaysia, so they eventually stopped trading with Sabah and Sarawak altogether. Hate in the 1960s between the two would grow, leading to riots and speeches. The leader of Malaysia, Tunku Abdul Rahman, in 1965, not wishing for any more bloodshed, would expel Singapore from Malaysia in the same year. After getting kicked out of Malaysia, the GDP per capita of Singapore was an astonishing $516. 70% of households in Singapore were badly overcrowded and in poverty, and 14% of the population was unemployed. Lee Kuan Yew was elected as the president of Singapore, and seeing the horrible conditions the country was in, Lee Kuan Yew tried to make the country as attractive as he could to investors. Seeing where the country was at the time, he would realize that Singapore had the key advantage of its human capital and the ability to provide highly educated citizens that could compete in trade and industry. The Singapore government would establish the Economic Development Board to spearhead economic growth and investment to Singapore, making it a haven for investors. And Lee Kuan Yew's decisions would shape the rest of Singapore's history. GDP growth was averaging at 8% until 1999. In the 80s, they started to shift to high-tech industries to compete with neighboring countries that were using cheaper labor. Employment would drop to 3%, and by 2019, their GDP was $376 billion US, and their GDP per capita was a shocking $65,952.04 from the $516 in 1965.
In conclusion, after getting expelled from Malaysia, Singapore harnessed the market and became a geographically important area, which was the Singapore Strait, which was important for trade. Their leader until 1999, Lee Kuan Yew, also made very important decisions in their economic growth, effectively dragging the country out of poverty. That is how Singapore got rich.
So, this is the note for the video. This is my first geography video for this channel, and my feature for today is Sam. Come here.
Hello, guys.
This is Sam.
Yep.
And he was for the conclusion. This is my first video for geography. I'm gonna do a lot more with like history too. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I'm probably gonna make it longer because this is a shorter video, and it's just not saying anything, but it might be a little filler for something next. All right, see you later, guys.
Yeah, see you guys.